And so we were playing in bands and we were doing stuff, and then Leanna and I started having babies like crazy, and then we had twins, and we went from 2 kids to 4 kids, and then 2 other kids moved in with us, so we went from 2 kids to 6 kids. And I'm
Kendra
like,
just fainted over
yeah,
there.
just like, oh.
I was about to take a sip of my coffee
It's
just
okay.
and I was like, wow, that's a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot. And I was gone a lot. And so I'm like, I have to be home and I have to help her. And so we started doing different things. Well, it was during that time when I was not on the road that my father-in-law called me and he said, Troy, I've noticed that there's an old man that is roofing his house. And I was like, okay. And he's like, you need to go help him. And I said, yes, sir. I was still young, felt the need to impress my father-in-law back then, right?
Right.
So I went over there, and what was happening was there was like an 85-year-old man who was roofing a house 1 shingle a day, and he was thinking it was going to take him a couple of years, but he was going to get his roof done. And he would go, and I mean, he was literally risking his life to climb that ladder every day.
Right.
Taking 1 shingle up there, and then getting up there and hammer it down and resting. It's the heat of the summer.
Yeah.
And it's as hot as it gets.
He didn't think about taking more than 1 shingle every time you tell
he
that
couldn't.
story. Oh, wow.
He couldn't.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he's old, you know, so.
Could you see your mama doing that?
Oh, she probably would.
So I went over there, saw what was going on, threw a couple bundles over my shoulder, climbed up the ladder, just started nailing stuff down, and he didn't say one word. He didn't say, what are you doing? Thank you. He was just sitting over there watching me. Before long, my wife showed up, my father-in-law showed up, Leanna's brothers showed up, and in a matter of about 3 hours, we had the entire roof finished. And I said, hey, we got your roof done. And he goes, this ain't my roof, it's my girlfriend's. And I said, well, you need to go see her because I promise you, she's gonna be happy with you. You need to go see her. And he said, no, you need to come see her. She's gonna wanna meet you. So we said, okay. We got down off the ladder, which was a big event, okay? We knock on the door, knock. His girlfriend opens the door, and the oldest human being I've ever seen in the history of the planet Earth was standing there. She was over 100 years old. Okay, now we became big friends, and she lived to be 106.
Wow.
Okay? But she was the Ancient of Days. I couldn't believe she was breathing. I was like, yeah, that's his girlfriend. And I was like, wow. And so,
cougar.
and she's like,
she was a cougar.
She's a cougar.
And an 85-year-old man.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay. She kisses me, I love you. And we go inside her house, and she's so sweet, and she's so tremendous. And she says, I have to give you some lemonade. So it takes her a long time to get over to the icebox. She opens up her refrigerator, and there's no food in her refrigerator whatsoever. There's no food. And Leanna said, Troy, there's no food in this old lady's refrigerator. We have to help her. And she said, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I'll be back in about an hour. I said, okay. About an hour later, Leanna comes in with all these groceries, and she's crying, and she's carrying on, and she's so grateful. Thank you, Jesus. She's so thankful. And this old man, he's got his arms folded, and he goes, what about me? I don't have any food. And I was like, well, since you're so sweet, we'll take you to the grocery store, too. He's a crotchety old man. So I got ready to load him up, and then he said, I got another girlfriend that lives across the street, and she's a lot poorer than this old woman, and we need to go pick her up. And I said, okay. So we go across the street. She comes out to the door, and she says, well, we have to take my friend that lives behind me because we share all of our food together. And I was like, wow. So I said, okay.
This is a never-ending supply.
Yeah, exactly. So I said, you know what? I'm going to come back this coming Saturday. I'm going to bring my wife, and I'm going to bring all of my kids. I'm going to come with enough groceries for you and all your friends. I'll be here at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning. Now, I was thinking there might be 7 or 8 people there. So we prepared for like 10 or 11. When I showed up, it was like a convention of old people. It looked like the Gaithers were in town. There was scores and scores of old people that were standing out there in the front. And I came pulling up, and I was like, what in the wild world of sports is happening?
Yeah.
So there were 71 people there, and from 71 people that were waiting on us to bring groceries to them. And so we started every single Saturday taking groceries to those people, beginning early in the morning, ending up late at night. Can you imagine how long it took to visit every one of those houses? Because they want to talk, they want to visit you, they want to love on your kids. Yeah. But that turned into what is now the Open Door Food Bank. And that was over 25 years ago. And what started off with the 71, 25 years ago, last year we fed over 71,000 people last year.
That's awesome.
Yes. And And what's amazing is in Johnson County, there's only 170,000 people. So we had influence on 71,000 people in a county that only has 171,000.
So why did these people not have food? Like, because I know people watching are saying, wait, this is America, this is Texas.
Oh, it is America and it is Texas. I want to just want to tell you that poverty is so real here. And people are desperate and people are hurting. And we think, well, just because we got air conditioners, then there's nobody suffering. Well, that's craziness. These are the gamut. These are single mamas, these are single daddies, these are elderly people. These are people that are already working several jobs, but they're very low paying jobs. These are people that are hurting in every way that you can imagine.
And this is really all over America.
It is all over America.
In every state, I mean, every church could find a community to help.
I promise you. Yes, ma'am. And you know what? And in the context of serving, you actually have authority to pray over people. Jesus says whoever's the greatest servant has the most authority. So we actually see miracles happen. And we treat people like kings and queens.
Awesome.
We pretend like they paid $200 to enter onto our property. And we say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And with no strings attached, just bless them and help them and bless them and help them demonstrate Jesus.
And that's